Hey guys, I'm Jackie Brubaker, your host of That Girl the Podcast. I'm an author, performer, 2-time Emmy Award winner, human relationship specialist, and founder of the wellness website loveyouevenmore.com. Each week, I bring on inspiring people and experts in their field to have powerful, motivational, and enlightened conversations about relationships, self-development, and how you can live your most authentic life. Follow us for daily updates on myself and the podcast at That Girl the Podcast and at Jackie Brubaker on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and our Patreon page. While you're at it, make sure to check out my new wellness website, loveyouevenmore.com. If you're wanting to dig into developing more self-worth, be healthier about relationships, and learn how to date smarter, go to loveyouevenmore.com and follow us on Instagram at loveyouevenmore. Welcome, Sarah Mack, to That Girl the Podcast. Sarah is a love and relationship coach, and today we are going to talk about the beauty and the fun of being single after a breakup and really taking advantage of that time and not feeling like your world is going to fall apart. And even if you do feel like that, we're going to teach you how to have some fun because it can be the most beautiful time. I actually love being single after a breakup. I always feel very empowered. So I always like to let my guests introduce themselves because you guys do a much better job than I can. So please, Sarah, tell us who you are.
Yes. And I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just got so excited.
Yes.
I'm like, yes, let's talk about it. Okay. So I'm Sarah Mack. I am a love and relationship coach. So I help people on their journey of being single, whether they're going through a breakup and then preparing for their next relationship and just getting to a place of trust that it's going to be better than their previous relationships.
It will be better, you guys. And if you still have some stuff to learn in your next relationships, that's okay too, because you're getting to the one. You get into the one or the, I think we have multiple soulmates, to be honest. I feel like every major relationship I've ever had, I was like, oh no, we made like a karmic decision together before we came here to like have this and like learn these lessons. So
yes,
we're not going to get into all the yucky stuff. We're going to have some fun. So when people break up, we've all been there. It's very sad. It's very hard, but you just did a really fun, like great TikTok series about all of this. So I'm just going to let you take the lead and just kind of talk about things people get to look forward to and all the stuff.
Yeah. So I really try to help people focus on shifting their mindset while single, because it seems like, if you look over your past, it just seems like we're always trying to get over someone or we're trying to chase the next person. And it's so easy to revolve our lives around chasing someone or getting over someone instead of really relishing in that time by yourself. And it really started when I started to shift my mindset of realizing like, oh, like I know I'll get married or find a partner one day. Like I've never had an issue finding relationships. Like that's going to come. And then once it comes, it's like, I had this realization of like, oh crap, like that's forever. So I really want to soak up this time, because once they're here, it's like they're here if that's what you want. And I'm like, wow, what if this is my last year being single? Like, or what if this is my last month? Like, how do I want to look back and spend that time? And I was in a serious relationship. It's been, we broke up like 3 years ago? Yeah. 2 to 3 years ago, we broke up right before the pandemic, and we were getting ready to move in together. And I had all these realizations of like, about the relationship. And I kind of started to freak out like, oh my gosh, am I never going to be single again? And it turned out like, there were things that were missing from the relationship. So I just had this whole shift in perspective of like, wow, I have a lot I want to do on my own before I do make that commitment to someone. Like I know it'll come in time. Like I have a business I want to start. I want to, I have all these things I want to accomplish on my own to prepare for that relationship. Not just, I feel like in my 20s, it was like, go through a breakup. Okay, let's numb the pain with drinking and going out and getting on the dating apps. And then it's like, oh, what I didn't grow or learn during that time. So it's like, okay, now that I'm in my 30s, I want to use this time to my advantage. Like, this is like a critical time to set myself up for the future.
Right. And also too, it's like our 20s are such a blur. Oh my God, the 20s. Oh, I'm so glad I'm not in my 20s anymore. But it was so much happening and so much learning and so much heartbreak and so much delusion because you're still really learning about relationships. And by the way, you'll always be, but you kind of start getting more of your footing in your 30s, thank God. But I totally know what you mean. There was someone that I was like so in love with in my 20s. And I actually thought about like, oh, wow, like he just bought like the house that you have kids in. And he's like, yeah, one day like these rooms will be full. And I was like, ooh, that's freaky. Like at that time, I think I was like, actually, I think I was 30. So I was already in my 30s, but I was like, oh, I'm not ready. Yeah. And that's so true because, I can hear people listening saying, yeah, but you can do a lot of that stuff while you're with a partner. And I'm like, but you can't. Like there are certain things that you really need to do on your own and certain like selfishness that you have to feel like you're ready to give. You can't give from an empty well. So I know one of the things that, being single is amazing is just being able to travel and travel alone. If you haven't done it, is so amazing. It's so fun. You never knew how much you could trust yourself until you start traveling alone and you meet so many people and it's so much fun. Have you traveled by yourself yet?
Yeah, I lived in Prague for a year.
Oh, wow.
So that was, I like left a relationship to move abroad. I feel like I was just running away from everything. So that was my way of like getting out of the relationship. And like, I knew I wanted to grow on my own. So I was like, I bought a one-way ticket to Prague, taught English there, traveled all over Europe. So I definitely feel like I got that out of my system. And like, I agree. I think everyone should do that. But at the same time, everyone's journey is so different with love. Like everyone does want different things. So I think being clear on what it is that you want. And if you do have that calling to go after it, to get out of your comfort zone, like, because you will not regret it.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Yeah. What are some things that you've done as you were single that you were just like, oh, this is a definite, you need to do this?
So that was one of them. Traveling and just, honestly, getting anything that gets out of your comfort zone. And okay, mine has always been moving. So I moved abroad, and then when I got back, I moved to San Francisco. And then during the pandemic, I moved to Chicago. And I feel like it was all synchronistic with relationships too. It was like, okay, my healing process was done through getting out of my comfort zone and getting in alignment with what I wanted to do with my purpose. So it's like, okay, I started a business. I became a life coach. Like I moved cities multiple times. So those were the things. I mean, I'm obsessed with manifesting and the law of attraction. So that's what I do a lot with my clients. Is like, okay, you can literally have whatever you desire. It's just getting clear on what that is and getting out of your own way. It's like, once I realized, oh, I'm just in my own way. Like I can go have anything.
I mean, I think that's so huge because when you're with somebody, you become so dependent as a couple and on the person. So when you are single, all of this fear can flood in about everything. I mean, absolutely everything. So, everybody does their own thing. Like you said, like you decided to keep moving after a breakup, which I think is actually kind of interesting. And I don't like, knock it. I like the idea. Because moving and living on your own in a brand new city, in a brand new country, even will grow you so fast, and your eyes will open so wide to the rest of the world. Cause we get so stuck. I mean, I know I'm not like the right person to say this, but like I've lived in LA my entire life, like born and raised. And that's not because I wanted to, it's because it happened to me. Just kidding. I'm not going to play victim, but like, it's a great place if you're going to get stuck somewhere. I sort of got stuck, but like living in new places. And even if you don't move, like I said, like traveling is kind of go someplace for a while. Like when I travel, I actually kind of stay for like a month, like for a while, because I want to feel like I live there. And that way you can actually feel like you can trust yourself. Like I was saying before, you get to meet brand new people. You basically just get to like live your life in a way that you get all of the power and you get all of the control, and you don't have to like call in and be like, yeah, I'm going to be home at this time or that time, which just some people can be, annoying, and some people they think is really sweet, and everybody's different. But like when you're, single, you can just be really selfish, and, just having the time to start your own business. Again, anyone who starts a business knows like it takes every ounce of everything in you, and you really do not have much to give to others while you're doing it. And that can be really hard on a relationship if you're not really stable in the relationship. And so, that's another huge perk of being single. I mean, I certainly, when I'm single, I take advantage of that time, because I just don't really, and it's not to say that one day I will be married and I'll be like, well, I guess you're just going to have to deal with this part of me that gets like really obsessed with my work. But I also know that like, you find the right partner and we balance, right? Mm-hmm. So, but while you're still like really enjoying the single life, and starting a business is like a huge part of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Starting a business has been the biggest spiritual growth I've ever taken on, which I had heard, but I also, I just want every ounce of my energy and my heart to go to my like leaving a legacy or creating something so that I can set up my future. Like I do want to have kids. I do want to get married. I do not want to look back 10 years from now and think, wow, I wish I would have gone for it when I had so much time and energy to myself. So that's where like I am getting clear. I am clear about what I want in the future, but I'm taking advantage of every single like hour of my day at this point in my life.
It's amazing.
And and I when I was in that last serious relationship where we were getting ready to move in together, it was like there was not really much wrong with the relationship. Like it was a good, healthy relationship. It was just something in my gut. It was like it was beyond me. So I think that's another benefit of being single and on your own is getting in touch with your intuition of what you truly want, because that can become so clouded when we're in relationship. We don't put as much self-care in. We don't have as much alone time. Like I know I don't journal as much. I don't meditate as much, like all these little things that you don't have as much time and energy for. So you do get out of touch with your core desires and what you truly want. And when you're single, you get back in touch with that. If you just pause and stop chasing, the next relationship, just pause and get clear on what you truly desire. And if you start to follow that and you follow what your soul is really calling you to do, it's going to lead you to the right people. You will attract better relationships. Like that's just inevitable.
Yeah. And to bookend that, the more that you have a practice, whether it's meditation or yoga or your spirituality, whatever it is, whatever becomes like the studies in your life, really take that time to continue that, because, you can lose yourself so quickly when you get back into a relationship. And I think that that is the most important piece of advice, is to really hold on to your routines that make you balanced, and do not sacrifice them, because I mean, there are times, it's all like relative, right? Like if you have to be somewhere at a certain time and you don't have time to meditate at the time that you're used to meditating, like, sure, okay, you find a different time, but like keep the practice up. And I use meditation as an example because that happens to me a lot, where I'm like, shoot, I just don't have enough time today to like sit and do like 20 minutes, which is usually all I ever do, which is plenty, by the way.
Yeah.
And, once you stop being true to yourself and honoring your own self-care that makes you a balanced individual, and you start giving it away like that, then you become extremely imbalanced, and then you become unhappy, and then you become resentful. And we don't want that, right? We want us to be like happy in a new relationship. So yeah, taking the time to really create that solid habit of what makes you happy in your self-care is huge while you're single.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've had to learn that lesson multiple times. And now I work with people that are learning the same lesson of, it's like we lose ourselves, we lose our identity in relationship because we've created this new identity with another human being that has their own stuff going on inside. And it does take time and effort to prioritize yourself. That just pretty much goes out the window as soon as you fall in love. So,
right. Like the goal is don't let it go, kids. Just don't let it go. Yeah.
Yes. Seriously, prioritizing. It's critical for the relationship, not only yourself, for the relationship to withstand the long run.
Right. Absolutely. Are there any other fun things or any other important things we should know about being single and taking advantage of it?
So I like to talk about purpose a lot. And I guess I've touched on it already, but just getting in tune with what you feel like you're here to do, or what you're here to accomplish, or what brings you joy. Like what is that? And getting in touch with that and taking the risk to go after it. Because like we said, it's like, if it may take all your time and energy, and you might as well do it. I swear you will become 10 times more attractive if you are like, falling in love with your life, designing your life exactly how you want it, and becoming the person that you want to become. And it just takes being totally intentional about what that looks like, what you want your life and your future to look like, and then creating it and going after it.
I so agree with that. I mean, it's kind of like when the dust settles from the breakup and you start seeing like what's left, and then how much space has been created to create, that time to be like, what is my purpose? What does make me happy? What do I want to look forward to? And what do I want to plan? I mean, what's the saying? Like, we make plans and like the universe laughs. It's true. But at least having some plans are good, because I always feel like you make a plan, start in a direction, and then if things shift and move, like that's fine, because it's really leading you towards where you need to go anyway. But, just taking that time to really, and also maybe someone felt, stifled in their last relationship and really, thought they knew their purpose. And then their partner was like, no, you shouldn't do that. Now it's their time to be like, well, maybe I could, maybe I should, maybe they were wrong. And then they can go forward in creating their purpose.
Yeah. And I like what you said, like the universe will always, it'll redirect us, because that's what the practice of detachment is. It's like, we think we know what we want, but that it will change. We will be redirected to a different path. And it's just letting go, surrendering to the process. It's like we hear it all the time, but that really is another practice in itself of that is so amazing to do while single, which is why I love meditation too. I feel like meditation is the answer to everything. And it took me a while for that to click, because it's like we hear it all the time, meditate, meditate. And then, and that's why it's a practice, because it does take practice to kind of start to get it or see the benefits of it. And I agree. I think 20 minutes is like more than enough a day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And doing that while you have all the time in the world while you're single, that like design that into your day, because the benefits are just going to be out of this world of like having this mindfulness practice of being intentional and in tune with yourself and your intuition and your joy, and then surrendering and trusting that like, okay, the universe has my back, like universe, like everything's unfolding perfectly.
Yeah.
And that's what we practice with breakups too. It's like the biggest reason people do not move on is because of attachment. They're attached to their past. They will not let go of their past. And you finally are able to move on when you can detach and let go and come to a place of acceptance, which is the final phase of grief. So that is how you get over a breakup, is likely how you should move through your single life. It's like accepting that everything is right on time, divine timing, whatever you believe in, but it's all unfolding perfectly.
It's so true. I mean, I just had something that came out of nowhere. I've been sort of talking about this a lot lately, where, we have seeds of passion or dreams that are like planted in us. And then we sort of plant our own seeds going through life too. And it's just so interesting how seeds you could have planted years ago, like something I started so long ago, to watch it turn into what it is like, and then to have new things start happening on this one seed that I planted. It's just, well, sorry to be so vague. Like, I'll just be more frank. So like the whole podcast was originally based upon my novel, Batgirl. And I wrote it at the end of my 20s. I was like 29. And then I had an agent, and I just wasn't ready to write like the real ending. I wasn't there yet. Like I didn't have kind of the maturity I needed to sort of see the forest for the trees and give it like the ending it deserved. So I was like, okay, cool. And then, years later, I had a screenwriting manager who was like, oh my God, I love this book, blah, blah, blah. I want to, try to get this sold as a movie. And I was like, what? Yes. Okay, cool. And that didn't work out because I really didn't like him. God. So I really didn't like him. But instead I was like, you know what? I'm going to self-publish. And that's how this podcast started. The book has obviously been self-published. And now there's something else coming about that with my book, etc., that I'm like, I just didn't see this coming. But it's because of all those seeds that I planted like years and years now putting together, that it's just becoming. So like, even while you have your plan and you have, your purpose, or even multiple purposes or dreams, like that is the beauty of, like you said, just releasing, detaching, is that you do not know where you're going to actually go with it. I just had no idea something more was going to happen with this. And obviously the podcast is amazing. I love my little baby, but like this new thing, I'm like, what? Oh my gosh. And it just came out of the blue. And that is what's so beautiful about the universe, and also about being single and how the universe works for you, is that it just drops stuff in, and you could never have planned it. You could never have put those people together or that circumstance. It is truly divine timing. And that is I think the most beautiful part of being single, is just being like, every day could be something so incredible if you let it. And I think that's the key, is that you have to like let it happen, do your part, do your thing, like go towards your purpose, but then also allow things to happen to you and go with that flow.
Yes. I love that. I love all of that, everything you just said. Because I feel like sometimes I struggle between talking about being single and like relationships and love and the psychology of it, and then the spiritual side of like, being open and receptive to the universe and like marrying the two, because that's truly what I believe. But I'm glad you're on the same page because
Oh yeah, girl.
because we are here to create. We are here to create our lives. Like life is supposed to be fun when you are in flow and open and receptive. And when we start to look back on all the positive things that have shown up in our lives and connect the dots, it's like every little thing did line up for a reason. And then you start to shift your mindset to trust that, oh, okay, that's how this all works. Like everything is orbiting for a reason. And I love it. I love that.
I absolutely agree on that. And also I was just thinking about, like for instance, there's something too in my life that I've felt a lot of resistance with. And I'm like, is it just because I need to work harder at that? Or is it because I don't want that? And just recently I'm like, I don't want that. I don't actually want that. And it's lovely and that's great, but I don't want that. It's too much, or it's too much in my life and I don't need it to be that much. And it was so nice to just be like, okay, cool. Because what I think that is that the universe is nudging me like, hey, you're really not happy doing this. It's not even an uncomfortable, although parts of it were like uncomfortable, but more so like, if I'm going to do something, I do it full out. Like everyone who knows me knows that is what I do. I'm just like, nope, 150% in. But with this, I was like, and I think that's just like a metaphor for anything that you're doing, especially when you're single, because it's so easy to be like, I want to do everything. Woohoo. But like really feel it out. And if something feels like you're resisting, like you don't have enough energy to do it. And it's not even like, oh, I'm lazy. It's more like, I just don't know if I want to do this. Like pay attention to that, because sometimes you just needed to do it for a minute. Then you got some kind of something out of it, a lesson, or you met people or whatever, who knows? But like, just pay attention to that, because so many new things will be coming about in your life that you don't have to hold on to every single one of them. Sometimes they just flow in and then they flow out. And you're like, okay, thank you.
Yeah, I feel like everything is presenting sort of as a test to what we truly desire. And it's a good practice to getting in touch with yourself, because a lot of the things that we think we want, we don't actually want. It was like, we want it out of ego to prove ourselves, or we were conditioned to want these things. And then like when you really get real and brutally honest with yourself, it's like, why do I want this thing? What is the why behind it? Am I just trying to show off? Do I want to make people jealous? Which I feel like a lot of people are driven by. A lot of people are driven by ego. So just getting brutally honest with yourself, and then letting go of the things that really don't serve you.
That's so true. Ego is so yucky, you guys. I know we all deal with that, but some days are harder than others. But well, I love this conversation. Is there anything else we should know? Anything else you would like to share?
I mean, I am a coach, so everything is like forward focused, where therapy is, if you've never done this work, if you never have really tapped into like looking at your patterns, if you're single and looking at your relationship patterns, like that's where working with a therapist could be amazing, and tapping into childhood dynamics, because you never know what might come up. If you are single, you're going through a breakup, maybe that is the catalyst to your self-development journey that you've never even tapped into. And then working with a coach is very forward focused, which is why I always say I love manifesting, because it's really just like building habits, and like you said, planting the seeds and being intentional. It's all the same thing. Like manifesting is just a fancy word for being clear about what you want, and then, being open and strategizing to attract the life that you want.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there's so many things. Being single, like I would just really encourage you to do the inner work and not numb with, too many numbing activities like drinking and partying, which I feel like a lot of us go down that rabbit hole just to pass the time. But my whole mission is to like help people really take advantage and empower them during their single time so that they can have the healthy relationship that they do want to call in.
Yeah,
so
totally.
That was a long-winded answer. But.
Awesome. Well, tell people how they can find you.
Yes. So I'm most active on Instagram. It's at love.sarahmac, SARAHMAC. And just I am active there.
Yay. And all of her info will be in the show notes, all of the links. You can click on them and find her. If you are looking for a coach, you have come out of a breakup and you're like, I need some help, Sarah. She is ready. She is there. Thank you so much, Sarah, for coming on and helping us all out and figuring out our futures and our future selves as being single, if you've just gotten there.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. This is so fun and easy to talk to you.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks so much for listening to the podcast. Remember, sharing is caring. Make sure to rate the podcast and leave a review. We really rely on this to help get the podcast out there. Also, make sure to watch the video version on YouTube at That Girl the Podcast.